Everybody here in my top 10 could have been in the top 5. So if you have them higher, I'm not going to eat your lunch. Y'all eat my lunch for not thinking like you. I don't eat y'all lunch for not thinking like me, because I understand that different humans think differently. I don't go crazy. So I had Salvador Sanchez at 10. Salvador Sanchez, physically, he was a mismatch. The guy, his stature, his long arms, his height, his fluidity in his punches, which is why I got Muhammad Ali high, but his athleticism, but his ability to fight, as far as fight in the trenches and battle with 50-50s and just use those gifts, was crazy. His instincts and everything were crazy, but how he moved instinctively during the battle was extremely skillful. Kind of like how Wilfred Benitez fighting in a battle, how Sweet Pea Whitaker fights in a battle, and how he moves while he's fighting is just really insane. Carlos Monzon had a little bit of that, but Salvador Sanchez had a crazy, his footwork, his foot speed. I had Salvador Sanchez at 10. Vasiliy Lomachenko could have been top 5. Vasiliy Lomachenko, as far as pure skills, his combinations, his improv, his angles, his how you don't know where he's going to be when he's going to be there, his broken rhythm, his in, his out, right? His side to side, right? His pity patting until he land big shots, him bringing down your guard, him ripping to your body. You're not knowing what punches he's going to throw because his skills were crafted over 398 amateur bouts with 2 Olympic gold medals. So when you see him and all he does is fight champions and he's just making you look silly, he made everybody quit off of his pure skill. Lomachenko made 3 to 4 guys quit in a row. And I'm talking about champion fighters quit in a row because he just was too skillful. Have you ever seen that? Not quit because they got beat up, but quit because you're too skillful. I've seen people fight James Toney and fight Floyd, but not quit because he's too skillful, and all of them think that way 3 in a row. You outskilled me so much, I'm broken. Loma Glaze, listen, bro, I'm gonna glaze them all. The reason why it hurts you is because, let's keep it real, Loma was white. He's a white guy, and Top Rank and ESPN glazed him, and because of that, it bothers you. But if you take that emotion away and those insecurities away and just look at him, because he doesn't deserve it, just like Devin Haney doesn't deserve what he may get if Brian Norman loses. He doesn't deserve it. The guy was dope. Period, bro. Okay, let's move forward. James Toney should go without saying at number 8. This guy fought everybody the same way and made them all look that way. Outmatched. It didn't matter if you were a middleweight. It didn't matter if you were a heavyweight. He played. You've seen James Toney knocked down by a shock knockdown off balance by Roy, but how often have you seen him hurt? How often have you seen James Toney rocked? How can a man box from middleweight to heavyweight and you've never seen him Bambi legs? Because the punches, the points that are scored aren't punishing enough. James Toney can do it when he's in shape at 160 or when he's a butterball over 200 pounds. It didn't matter. Number 7, Willie Pep. Willie Pep was so good with his footwork, his defense. This man he won a round without throwing a punch. Never happened ever again in history. Willie Pep won a round without throwing a punch. The thing is, he was that good over 200 times. You can't help but to say, how are you that good over 200 times? How can you get into an airplane accident, be in a full body cast, and some months later come back And no, you know he ain't 100%, but you ain't going to hit me anyway. So it doesn't matter. This man was in an airplane crash. Full body cast. Body ain't feeling good, but it doesn't matter. I'll fight 3 times that month because you can't hit me anyway. Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali didn't have the technical skills right. He didn't go to the body much. He didn't give a lot of angles with his footwork much. The way he defended, he leaned straight back. A lot of those things are a no-no. But he's the greatest by doing all the no-nos. That lets you know how good he is at heavyweight. The guy, hand-eye coordination, the mechanics of his punches, he did it the best. Throwing from his shoulders, bam, boom, bam, boom, bam, bam, boom, bam, bam. To where he's not pushing any punch. He's not pushing any punch. That's why he could do it for 15 rounds. Boom, bam, boom, bam, boom, bam, 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 bam. And then he could stand there and lean back all wrong and make you miss all of that. Then feint, whoop, float like a butterfly. Bam, bam. On his toes for 15 rounds, bouncing every second. Guess what that is? Rhythm, endurance, footwork, bam, boom, bam, bam. Doing all those things that people find incorrect, but doing it at such a level where you can't touch him anyway. The only reason why Muhammad Ali, I don't have him as far as a pure boxer that high is because, like I said, at heavyweight, it's hard to do it at a level better than the little guys. But the thing is, he's so good that I got him this high as a heavyweight. Number 5, Roberto Duran. His chin and his power is so great. Y'all think he's a stalker. Y'all thought Duran was a straightforward slugger. No, he was a trickster. He was slick. He's the greatest lightweight of all time. Because of his angles, because of his head movement, the guy was able to go from lightweight all the way up to middleweight and then have the nerve to win at middleweight. The guy beat Sugar Ray Leonard, fought Marvelous Marvin Hagler to a majority decision. And forget who they are. I'm just saying his abilities on how he was able to do it. This guy was an all-around great pure boxer defensively, IQ-wise, set you up for the counter, bait and switch, aggressiveness, tenacity, power, and chin, durability, stamina. The guy was the same guy in the first round that he was in the 15th round. All right? Let's move on. Sweet Pea Whitaker goes without saying. But Sweet Pea Whitaker is arguably the greatest defensive fighter ever. The thing about Sweet Pea Whitaker is, as great as he was offensively, he can do that shit defensively. He had the power and the aggressiveness to knock your ass out. He had the hand speed, hand-eye coordination to land great shots on you at perfect timing. The guy can squat down to where his butt is touching his heels and making you miss. His body was like string, was like rubber band, how he could move around and bend and contort his body all the way back and have fun with you. In order for that man to lose, they had to rob him. Floyd Mayweather goes without saying. I got him at 3, and I don't have him at 1. Let me explain why. Because I got Sugar Ray Robinson at 1 and Roy Jones at 2. That's the only reason why. Floyd Mayweather was absolutely perfect. His only problem is that Sugar Ray Robinson and Roy Jones Jr. were devastating punchers. Floyd Mayweather, pretty boy, was rocking your head, but his power didn't translate. A lot of it had to do with the hurt hands. But as far as accuracy, as far as IQ and footwork and angles, defense and offense together, conditioning, durability, a chin, stamina, mental stamina, being able to identify things, improv, which the best out of everybody to be on his improv shit is Roy Jones Jr. But Floyd Mayweather was all of it. He is considered the most skilled fighter. All you need to do is look at his copy box numbers. His copy box numbers are the most mind-blowing out of any fighter in copy box history. Hit the Tyson baby. his discipline, hard work, dedication. There has never been a fighter who worked harder than Floyd Mayweather. Great point. Number 2, Roy Jones Jr. The reason why I got Roy Jones over Floyd is because I watched Roy Jones and Floyd exist at the same time. And there was no question who was better. No question. People could say that now after Floyd got knocked out and he was gone and Floyd started hanging around. But when they were both existing at the same time, it wasn't even a question who was better. That's how much better Roy was than Floyd. He was far better than Floyd. He was far better than Oscar De La Hoya. He was far better than Sugar Shane Mosley. He was far better than all of them. Roy Jones Jr. was the best fighter in the ring at that time. He was better than all of them. Why? He's probably the fastest fighter you've ever seen. Best athlete in the ring ever. Power in both hands. So fast that his hook was his jab. He didn't have to jab. He had a jab, but he didn't have to. Why jab when you can sit across the ring and leap in and hit you with a hook? What Roy Jones Jr. did in the ring, we haven't seen since, and we'll never see again. Because his skill level worked with his abilities so perfectly, you will never see anything like that again. Highly skilled, pure fighter, based on him understanding what he brought to the table, kind of like Muhammad Ali. Not only was he very entertaining, he's a one-punch knockout artist, and he'll set you up. He set up James Toney, and James Toney's on the list. All right? Number 1 is Sugar Ray Robinson. Because Sugar Ray Robinson is the best fighter to ever live. He's the best pure fighter to ever live. He was way before his time. Like Willie Pep, like Charlie Burley, like Archie Moore. Way before his time. Like Loche, way before his time. But the thing about Sugar Ray Robinson is that not only was Sugar Ray Robinson skillful, but not only was he athletic, one of the fastest fighters ever, one of the hardest. This guy is one of the fastest fighters. Can have some of the best stamina ever. Look how many fights he had. 15-round fights. Some of the best footwork you see. Great body stature, 5'11", long arms. One of the hardest punchers. How are you going to be one of the fastest and one of the hardest punchers ever? And one of the best chins ever. This guy can slug with Jake LaMotta. He can outbox Randy Turpin. He can outbox Rocky Graziano. The guy could have just boxed you and beat you, but he slugged with you. The thing is, he was a pretty boy dancer with hand speed, lightning hand speed, but a savage. Killed a man in the ring. Sugar Ray Robinson is the best combination of all things that makes a fighter. And that's the Black Two Sugars. Never lost as an amateur, untouchable as a welterweight. So that's my top 10. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all who was off. I wanted Terrence Crawford on there. I couldn't put him on there. Pure boxer over any of them. There's nothing that Terrence Crawford does that jumps out to say he's better than, like, Lomachenko footwork is probably the best footwork of all time, right? Lomachenko was everywhere. He was nowhere you wanted him to be, but everywhere he wanted to be. Oh, he's over here, and he's hitting you with every punch he throw, and you ain't landing shit on him. There was, when he was the Matrix, before he went to lightweight, you could not touch that dude. And he was packing a wallop on top of it. But Terrence Crawford, I wanted on there. Ezra Charles, I wanted on there. Archie Moore, I wanted on there. Jersey Joe Walcott. These are all the guys I had listed, and I was watching them. Sugar Ray Leonard, Joe Louis. Why you bull job as far as pure skill? Yep. B-Hop. It ain't like I ain't think when people say, hey, no B-Hop, no Sugar Ray Leonard. I thought of them, bro. My thing is, no, bam, not all time. Not yet. The reason why I ain't got Sugar on there is because Sugar was definitely great everywhere. He was great everywhere. Athletic gifts, hand speed, power. If you got Sugar on there, you can have him on there. But he just didn't have the footwork and angles of a Lomachenko or defense of a James Toney, or he was like, he had the athletic gifts and the approach of an Ali, but Ali's better. You get what I'm saying? He didn't have the angles of a Floyd Mayweather with the defense as tight. You get what I'm saying? He didn't counter like James Toney, right? He just didn't have, not quite. If you have him on there, that's fine. But he didn't have the slickness of a Roberto Duran.